Can the USA men's national team defeat European opponents after failing to do so 9 times? Welcome back to Afri Football, guys. In this video, we'll be looking at Wales versus USA and if the USA can qualify out of this group, if they can beat the 2 European teams. If you like such content, we'll be dropping daily videos on what's going on in the World Cup. So remember to like and subscribe, and let's get started. First off, we'll start with the USA men's team. Back in 2018, they failed to qualify to the World Cup because they got beaten by Trinidad and Tobago in the last qualifier of that group. Meaning that they missed the 2018 World Cup showcase that was in Russia, but now they've made a comeback and they're in the World Cup in Qatar right now, and they're trying to get the glory that they deserve. Since qualifying to the World Cup, the USMNT team has gone on to play a couple of friendlies, and they're fared like this in these friendlies. 1, they have won 2 games against Morocco and Grenada. They have drawn 2 games against El Salvador and Saudi Arabia. And 3, they have lost a game against Japan. Seeing this type of opponents that they've played against in these friendlies, I do not think they'll be able to beat the European opponents. And I think from Greg Berhalter's team, it's weird that they did not play anyone from Europe, seeing that they failed to beat any European country 9 times consecutively. So it means the pre-match or the friendlies that have been played before this World Cup tournament, they should have done better. But we're going to move on now to Wales. The Rob Page-led Wales team is been different, to be honest. Ever since they qualified to the World Cup, there's 2 things that have happened. They have been in very poor form. They have drawn the game against Belgium and lost home and away to Netherlands and Poland in the Nations League. But again, seeing such opponents that they've played against, I do not think it does reflect poorly, because they've been playing some teams that have got good quality, and Netherlands and Poland are all in the World Cup. It means that they have been playing opponents that are equally as strong as them, and it might have been a very good pre-match, pre-tournament kind of setup for them to understand how the team would gel together. Now that we've seen that they've played such tough opponents and seen the opponents that USA has played against, we're going to look at the players to watch out for from both teams that could be the significant difference between these 2 teams. And finally, I'm going to give you my prediction for this game. So we're going to begin with the Team Wales. For the Welsh team, there's one man that we're going to talk about, and that is Gareth Bale. Of course, everyone knows him. Former Real Madrid player, former Tottenham Hotspur player, and all around one of the most or best known Welsh person you know in the world right now. With Gareth Bale, you get a speedster that is good in the wings and that is a leader in his team. If you remember, apart from sleep, golf and soccer, you're going to know that Gareth Bale is playing in the USA and is playing for the LAFC. And he has a huge knowledge and understanding of how the MLS actually works. So we are tipping that this might be the decider that helps him and his team propel forward. With him being flanked by Daniel James, who's also a speedster, it makes Wales a very good team on the attacking counter. So now we're going to look at the USA team and who they have in their ranks. For the USA team, we know the one man that they're going to be looking up to is Ivan Perisic. Perisic is a Chelsea player, and this season has played 13 games with 1 goal and 1 assist in the Premier League, which isn't ultimately a good statistic. But we do know when it comes to the USA men's team, he does show up and brings a level of competency that we can even get behind. But in looking at the 2 key players from the Chelsea aspect and the Gareth Bale aspect, I'm going to say this. Wales does have a very good talent pool. And that's one thing we've seen from the Leeds team, we've seen from Daniel James and a couple of other players. While the USA team does have its fair share of players, but seeing that they're scattered across different ponds of the football world, it's going to be different for Greg Berhalter's people to actually nudge together and form a good chemistry. If you look at the Welsh team, you notice that most of them are playing in Europe and they're playing in familiar, similar leagues like in the Premier League, which allows them to understand how football is run and have a similar chemistry. While the USA men's team has a couple in Germany, has a couple in the Premier League like Ivan Perisic, so it's going to be a bit difficult for this USA team. So now I'm going to give my prediction on what I think and how I think this game is going to go. So if you guys are liking this content, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 11,000 subscribers and we'll be giving you daily World Cup content. So let's get to our prediction. In predicting this game, I'm going to say a couple of things. Wales is very talented at what they do when it comes to counter-attack. They do have the speed, they do have the pace, and they can move the ball around in a few easy passes, knowing that they have Daniel James on one wing, and they know they have Gareth Bale on the other, and these guys are speed merchants. While the USMNT team, which is the soccer team, has a different philosophy. With Greg Berhalter, and as we watch most of the games, we know that they will try and use from the wings, cross the ball over and head it into the goal. But that might not work with the Welsh team because of how well structured they are at the back, because they can absorb pressure because they know they are very good at counter-attacks. So the only way I see my prediction going is the USMN's team, I know this is going to be a shocker, might win this game 1-0. It's going to go in favor of the USMN's team. Now, before you do comment and basically criticize me for this prediction, hear me out. I believe the USMN's team can, if they do understand how to stop those counter-attacks, then they have won the game. Wales only uses that one attacking instinct. And if you've watched most of the games, the game against Netherlands and the game against Poland, when they played against Poland, Wales made an opponent that has a similar structure to them, that understood that a counter is very key because the way Poland does play, where they rely on Lewandowski as their top man. So when they did meet, you could see from the Netherlands game, Netherlands is well balanced all around with Virgil van Dijk in the back. So if the USMN's team can be well balanced at the back and not get caught by the counter, then that is the way for them to actually win this game 1-0. So my prediction finally for this game is 1-0 in favor of USMN's team. If you like my prediction, if you'd like to see us do anything else, remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next preview video. Bye. Peace out.